Hi YouTube, how you doing? I'm back again here with my another tutorial. Today I'll talk about radio button. Okay, so in Python, yeah, obviously. So I'll talk about button, how we can implement it, how we can use it in a GUI programming. Okay, so I have already talked about how we can install, download and install the PAGE, this the GUI builder for Python. So I have opened it. Okay. So I'll take very basic form and I'll start you showing how we can use the radio button. Okay, so okay, let's start it. Okay, so we'll take a very basic form and then I'll place the buttons, radio buttons. So a very basic introduction about radio buttons. So it is like something which is mutually exclusive. Either you should select only one of the options, right? So we can you can use it in our forms to accept inputs from user or something like that. Okay, so I'll take three radio buttons. Okay, I have put a frame first. In the frame I am putting the buttons, the radio buttons. Okay, so I'll give an option to okay, I'll give let's say three options. Okay, so then and user will have a choice to select any one of them, right? So let's say, yeah, so and we can give it a name, right? Okay, so okay, what is the what let's give it a name. Let's take some choices for app for fruits. Yeah, select the fruit. Okay, yeah, so let's give three names, okay, to the fruits. Yeah, so we call it okay, we call it mango. Then you can give second name, which is apple, or the third fruit, which is guava, right? So yeah, so this is very basic GUI where we are providing the user to select choice. Okay, yeah, you can give a name to the form also, right? Just to make it look better, make it look more intuitive. So radio button usage. Yeah, so this is the design part. Okay, so if I I have already shown how to run the program. So first you have to generate the support module. Okay, let's save it. Radio button usage. Yeah, okay, so I'll save it. So we have to generate the support module first, then we will save it. We'll close it. We can't run it now because we need the the GUI module also. Next step is we have to generate the GUI, Python GUI. So here, see, you see this code will be automatically generated depending on the controls that you have taken. Okay, and the methods like init, destroy of the form, right? So okay, so we'll just save it, and then when we run it, right, so the page will appear, but nothing will happen because we haven't added any functionality. Okay, so we'll go back to the coding section, right? Okay, so as I told you, right, so the same thing can be accessed from your terminal also, right? Or you can modify the code in here also, in here, right? In here you can directly modify the code and you can save it. So but we can do it from here, so I prefer run it from here. Okay, so if you see, I hope in my desktop only I have this okay, radio button usage. Yeah, right, this one. Let's give it executable permission, radio button usage .py, right? So if I can run it from here also, right? Yeah, you see same thing is happening over here, right? So now, as I told you, that the paradigm of the page builder is that you design the GUI first and then go back to the coding. So usually you should avoid making any changes in the graphics once you go back to the coding, because you know it will if you again generate the GUI, it will replace the code. Okay, so right, so now we are back to the coding. Yeah, fine. So I'll show you how we can configure the buttons. Okay, so this is the class, the RadioButton class. Okay, these are the controls that we have taken, right? So what we'll do is we'll there are two things for RadioButton that you should remember. One is the value and the other is the variable. Okay, so value is nothing but the the value which is given to the RadioButton. Okay, so its control variable is set to its current value option whenever we click the RadioButton. Okay, fine. So we have to assign it a value, right? So so and then the variable, right? The control variable that RadioButton shares with the other RadioButtons in the group. Okay, so this is nothing but a variable which is common to the buttons that we want to put in a group. Okay, so just to club the buttons in a group, we use a variable. Okay, so for that we have to define a variable. I'll define a variable which is either int var or a string var. So let's define a variable called var. Okay, any variable in the class is declared as self.var, which is, that means it belongs to the class. Okay, is int var, right? Fine. So we have defined the variable. Now we'll assign this variable to the button. Okay, fine. Okay, so self dot radio button 2 dot configure, of course. So we have to set the variable variable equal to self dot var, which is assigned an int var. Okay, and then we'll give it a command also, right? When we click this button, right, so it should display some message. Okay, right? Okay, we'll call a function for that, right? So let's say apple selected, right? Okay, fine. We'll do the same thing for the other buttons. Okay, yeah, there are 3 buttons if you remember, RadioButtons. So yeah, here we'll give mango selected, and then we'll give the third button the same. Okay, the third button, which is the function will be guava selected, right? Okay. So we have assigned the variable. Now we want to club the buttons into a group. Okay, so for that we have to assign a value also to it. Okay, so value equal to 1. Okay, so we'll give it a value, okay, to each of the 3 RadioButtons. Value equal to 2, and then value equal to 3, right? So we can club as many variables, as many buttons we want. So the variables, the value should be integer, because we are giving an int var to the variable, right? Okay, so now these 3 RadioButtons are clubbed in a group. Okay, they have become mutually exclusive, right? Okay, so now we shall define the function that I have assigned to them, right? Okay, okay, so we shall define the function fine. So we shall write the function. So there is a indentation in Python coding which must be followed, that your functions, your block should be properly indented, right? So what is the name of my first method? Okay, the radio button one is mango selected, and obviously we have to pass one default parameter self. Okay, so when we click this button, I want a message to be popped up. Okay, so we'll give like, okay, tk message box dot show info. Okay, I'll give it a title, yeah, fruit selected. Okay, I want apple, right? I want apple. Okay, so similarly we'll define two more functions, right? Okay, so here we'll give the second button is for what? The second radio button is for apple selected, right? So we'll give apple. Okay, here we'll give apple. So I want apple. Okay, here it is mango, right? So we'll give mango. Right, and the third one will be, I guess it is guava selected. Right, so I want guava in this case. So this is how we define function in Python, right? So we have selected this. Okay, we have to, as we have this, we are using this tk message box, right? So we have to import this this module, which is a module of graphics programming, tk message box dot sorry, this is it, right? So I don't know, there may be definitely some errors, so let's run it. I don't know, better it's to debug it. So we'll run it. Okay, okay, mango selected. Obviously, yeah, any function in Python is ends with a colon always, yeah. Okay, so we'll end it with a colon, right? So here also we have to specify colon. Okay, and then the third function. Okay, right, again we'll run it. Okay, now there is another bug. So as I told you, right, any function which is defined in a class or any variable which is defined in the class, you have to call it using the self method. Okay, so we give self dot the function name. Okay, similarly self dot apple selected, and similarly the third function, which is self dot guava selected. Okay, okay, so we should try to run it again. Okay, so there is no function, there is no attribute called mango selected. I think there is some very basic spelling error, it seems. Yeah, I think here the name is something else. Yeah, I know that. Mango selected. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, what is it again? Variable. Okay, What is the error? Okay, the variable is not correct. Variable equal to self. Again, right? I told you there is a very basic spelling error. Yeah, so variable is should be okay. Variable. Again, this one also variable. Right, then the third one. Okay, right. I think should be okay this time. Okay, apple selected. Okay, this is also wrong. I'm so sorry guys, this is just a spelling error. Okay, so I should have written the program, but I wanted to show you live. Okay, no problem. Selected, yeah. Okay, how about now? Okay, let's see if it is working. Okay, see, I am selecting the mango option. It is showing me I want mango. Okay, and I click on apple. Okay, it's showing I want apple. When I click on guava, I want guava. So this is really nice, right? So so once you run it, right, you will also feel very nice, so as I told you, right, the main things that you need to remember about the radio button is that the variable and the value. So variable is nothing but it is always it is either a string var or a int var or a double var. So if you are assigning int var, you have to give 3 values, which should be any number of values, but they should be integer. They define that to club the buttons in a group, we have to share a common variable, and we can assign any number of values to them. Okay, so this is how we define or create buttons, and we can use them. Okay, so that's all guys. I hope you will enjoy it, right? So try it, it's very nice. Okay, you can see that, right? Okay, yeah, thanks guys, thanks for watching. Thank you.